So with 2024 Release Wave 2, Business Central can notify users in product or help administrators orchestrate notifications when critical business processes or critical background processing stops for some reason. I'm Ivan Koletic and I'm a product manager in Business Central engineering team, and I hope you can join me for the next couple of minutes to see these new capabilities in action. So sometimes tasks, reports or batch processes take longer to complete. To keep people productive while these things are happening, companies often use Business Central's job queue to run the processes in the background. Of course, if something goes wrong and it's important, or an important background process stops, or it isn't scheduled for some reason, being notified about such situations can help you react quickly and resolve the issues. So let's see how we can set up the job queue notifications to help us with that in action. To set up job queue notifications, all you need to do is go to Assisted Setup and find Setup Job Queue Notifications Assisted Setup Guide, and follow a couple of steps to set it up. When you start the job queue notifications setup, you will pick who you want to be notified when the background tasks either fail or stop for some reason. There are two options available in here. As any user can initiate a background task, you can just toggle this button in here to notify only sort of the owner who ran that task. Apart from that, you can also choose to notify what we call job queue notification administrators. I mean, these are not real administrators, but you could say that you can have a department head or IT admin or somebody who has an interest of getting notified when some of these things fail for some reason. So this is done to reduce the noise to the regular users of notifications. So there's a bit more control that you can have in these notifications. So if you decide that you want to notify not only the person who has initiated the background task, but you want to notify somebody else, you can always say, I will add this person in here, and for example, I will have my boss get notified as soon as some of the tasks that I have run fails, because it could be a business critical process that is running in the background. Clicking next. So what you can see on this screen is that you can set notification, you can define how you want to notify users, and there are two options which can be used either together or one by one. First one is in product notifications, which is pretty self-explanatory, so users get notifications while they are in the product. And the other one is you can actually orchestrate the notifications to get to your users even when they are not using the product, right? And this is done through the use of external business events. This part of the feature is currently in preview, mainly because the business events are still in preview and we are taking dependency on that. So let me turn both of these on and simply click next. The next screen actually shows you how frequently you want to be notified when such situations happen. You can set it up to get notified immediately, or you can actually go and specify a threshold and say, if this is a job queue that handles some integration with a third-party service, it can happen that some of the issues that might occur because the third-party service is unavailable or something happened in there, and it just makes sense to retry a couple of more times. And these are sort of transient issues, right? And for these kinds of things, you might not want to get notified every single time. So what you can specify in here, you can say, well, if this thing actually fails, 3 to 5 times, then go ahead and notify me. And clicking next actually finishes up the setup of the job queue notifications. So to recap the demo, what you saw is basically the assisted setup guide takes you through 3 steps. You basically say who you want to notify, whether it's a user who ran the job or it's a job queue administrator or people in the list that will get notified for every failure. You select how you want to notify user, whether it's in product or externally through external business, using external business events. And the last thing that you saw in the demo is that you can actually pick the frequency of notifications. And you can choose whether to have them show up immediately or when specific thresholds are reached. Getting in-product notifications about issues with job queue background processing is a thing that I want to show you next. So let's switch over to the demo and show you in-product notifications in action. The moment the user logs in its assigned role center, the thing that he will see if there are background processing tasks that failed for some reason or have experienced an issue is this notification strip. So the thing that he can do is he can always go ahead and say show more details, and this actually lists the job queues that have failed for some reason in processing. You can see all of them are in error state, and the user can go and inspect the details of these things further on by like showing an error or restarting the job manually in here. Another thing that you saw on the notification was it actually had that action that says don't show this again. So each and every user can, after initial setup, go to My Setting and change the notifications that they want to receive. So admin has, through the job queue notification setup, what the admin did was made sure that all of the users, if he has picked that option to notify the users that are initiating job queues, all of the users in My Notification page got this enabled, toggle enabled for the job queue notification in here. Of course, any user who is not interested in that or who is not working with background processing can always turn this thing off. Another interesting thing is that what the regular user sees in the role center are also 3 additional queues that talk about job queue tasks. So he can see task failed, he can see tasks that are in progress, and he can see tasks that are sort of pending or that are waiting to be executed. And if you look at the queue setup in here, you can actually see that 3 and 5 thresholds that the admin has set up through the job queue notification assisted setup guide. So these were the thresholds that got copied and applied again to each user's queue setup to color the queue. As you can see, this task failed queue got colored as red because the number of job queues that have failed is now 3, and of course that gives me also the visual indication in case I've missed that notification on the top. Another thing that is specific for the job queue tasks part of the role center, it always shows only the information that is specific to the user that has signed in, which is different for the users that you have specified as a job queue notification admins. Those users see their own job queue tasks, so the job queues that they have run, but they can also see and access the job queues, the job queues and the job queue statuses of the other users. So let me show you that in another role center for another user. Now I've logged in as one of the job queue notification administrators. And as you can see, I'm in a different role center, and I also get a notification for the job queues that are experiencing an issue. But as I said before, if you look at the list of the job queue entries that are shown in my queue for the failed job queues, you can see that I can actually see job queues from different users. And That wraps up this in-product notifications demo. Let's switch back to the deck. So in the in-product notifications demo, what you saw is a different experience for the user and different experience for the job queue administrator. The major difference being that part of the demo that showed it for the regular users actually shows the regular user their own job queue tasks in their own role center. It shows how they can sort of tweak the level of notifications, either through My Notifications or through setting up different thresholds for the jobs. Which brings us to the next way of getting notified about job queue entries, and that's using these external notifications with business events. We do have users that do not live in Business Central, like the most of the regular users, but admins have, sort of seldomly access Business Central when they need to assign permissions or do various administrative tasks. So it is of utmost importance that we also provide some information to such users when they are not signed in Business Central. So let me show you how you can actually orchestrate the notifications using the Business Central events and Power Automate. So let's see that in action. So the other way to set up these external notifications is through orchestrating this using business events and Power Automate. So we'll go to the job queue entries, and in here we will look for the famous Automate menu, where I will pick Create an Automated Flow. And I will search for job queue template. As you can see, we now have a new Power Automate template that can be used to orchestrate these external notifications. This particular one will send an email to Outlook when the job queue fails. So we'll set up a connection to Business Central and to Outlook. Click Next. We will also pick the environment. And we will pick the company. And optionally in here, you can specify who else you want to have copied. This could be particularly useful if you have a partner team that is also interested in receiving such notifications for specific business critical job queues. I'll leave that one blank and create a flow. All right, let's examine that flow in Power Automate. Okay, and here we are in Power Automate, where we have a flow created based on the template and the parameters that we've specified. As you can see, the template created a flow by filling in all the details and parameters that we've set up. And eventually what we should get is an email looking like this when a job queue fails. The last thing that we need to do in here, we can try out this template. So let's switch back to Business Central and see if we can simulate one job queue failing. I see that there is a purchase posting that has been failing, so I can probably simulate that one in Business Central once more. So I'll go to Purchase Invoices, and I will just run, because I have the background posting set, I will run the background posting, and as you can see, they have been scheduled for posting and they will eventually fail. So let me switch to Outlook to see if I got the notification. And as you can see, in Outlook, I got a notification that a purchase documents posting has failed. It has been scheduled by me in this company. I have the link to a job queue entry page and job queue log entry page, as well as some additional details about the environment, about the tenant ID, and about the error message, which turns out that I was missing just a vendor invoice number in this job queue, and that was the reason why it failed. So what you saw in the previous demo was how easy it is actually to orchestrate these external notifications with any of the connectors that Power Automate offers. And all of this has actually been made available by a couple of new additions in Business Central. So we've added a couple of JobQ APIs to support us with that. We now have an API for JobQ entry that has a restart bound action that you can call automatically from Flow. So one could easily imagine a sort of Teams notifications with an adaptive card that is shown to the admin that just needs to click restart when he sees that this is maybe some transient issue for the JobQ entry. Then there's a JobQ log entries API, and of course there's a JobQ task failed business event that have actually made all of these external notifications available. Plus, on top of that, as I said, you have a Power Automate template that is available in Business Central Gallery right now that you can just use and slightly adjust to fit your needs to enable the external notifications. And with that, I hope you enjoyed the video. I urge you to try out these new improvements that we've made in JobQ notifications. Be sure to send us feedback about that, and also make sure to check out the description of the video that is below the video, together with some additional useful links. Thank you for your time.